I've discovered that I have a talent for a particular sport. Unfortunately, that sport is croquet. I have never been what one might call a star athlete in any sport. I played baseball when I was young, but that was drastically cut short due to the fact that I hated being on a baseball team. The pants were too tight, the pants and long socks combo was uncomfortable for me, so basically a lot of pants problems. And once I got hit in the elbow with a ball and felt like it was all over, and rethought a lot of decisions. So the game turned on me, you could say. I also played soccer, which was fun, but I was no hero, and basketball, which I also enjoyed, but I never particularly excelled at. In high school, I ran cross country and track, so I did a lot of running. And many have argued with me that that's not a sport, but I say it is. And I imagine that's probably a universal debate, I guess, sadly. I found short shorts to be much friendlier than baseball pants, just to put your minds at ease. I was an okay runner, but I was never really one of the fastest, a real standout. But over the years, I've come to terms with the fact that I am occasionally, for whatever reason, able to excel at some sort of obscure sport. There was a time in elementary school when tetherball was really my game. I knew what I was doing. I was a real master of the string, so to speak. In junior high, who could forget the winning streak that my best friend and I maintained during our pickleball unit in PE, which culminated in one of my proudest moments, winning maple bars that my friend and I got to eat greedily in front of the rest of the class. If you haven't gluttonously consumed a grocery store quality maple bar in front of a class of disappointed junior high PE students, then you haven't tasted victory. That may be one of the saddest sentences I've ever uttered. And I know how to handle myself with miniature child-sized lacrosse sticks. But it's been a while since I've experienced one of those real star moments in a strange sport. Until recently. In a game night that occurred not long ago that I was lucky enough to be invited to along with several dear buddies, I had the distinct pleasure of trying my hand at a game called Croquet. A gentleman's, and ladies', game, one might say. A game made famous by several Alice in Wonderland characters when they played it using upside-down flamingos, if I'm not mistaken. The Yorkshire pudding of lawn-based sporting events. I don't even know what that one means, honestly. And in my first game, sort of a trial run, I had a strong start, expertly smacking the ball through several wickets. But then I fizzled out toward the end and I ended up coming in second. But in another game later in the evening, I don't mean to brag, but I was a croquet machine. I launched the ball through wicket after wicket and felt my heart soar as I gained a commanding lead. And I've almost never had a commanding lead in anything before. Ever. At best I may have had a rather capable and likely qualified for the job lead. Or maybe a lead that would be considered for a supervisor position, if it had the right references on its resume. But never a lead actually fit to command. So this was big. My teammate in the game was thrilled. We were whispering strategy to each other like seasoned pros, stretching with our mallets over our shoulders and staring dramatically off into the distance like proud American heroes of some sort. Well, I did that last thing. I don't know if he did. We must have been just the worst for everybody else in the game, who were not even doing bad, but were a little bit behind. The mallet fit into my hand like a well-tailored glove. It was almost as if it was a part of me, just an extension of my body, and the most fluid, physical motion. It just felt right. It all just seemed so natural, like something I was born to do. Now, does this mean that I've been scouted and will soon be signing a long-term contract with a professional croquet team, destined to lead a ragtag band of young hopefuls to a championship title with nothing more than a mallet and my soaring spirit? No, that is relatively unlikely, and probably not something I should bank on career-wise. But I think there is a lesson here, and that is, everybody has talent, somewhere. Some people have many talents. And even if you feel that you haven't found yours yet, don't worry. There's always something that you haven't looked into or thought of or tried yet. So keep trying, and keep looking, and keep thinking. And even if that talent ends up being something seemingly boring, or weird, or useless, it can still lead to a lot of fun. And some real heartwarming backyard celebrations. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go polish my mallet and prepare myself mentally for the Croquet World Cup, which may or may not exist and which I may or may not have been invited to. TBD, so wish me luck. I'll catch you later.